Trouble keeping up with the Joneses? Hey, everybody, it's the coach. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Straight ahead, Aaron Jones, no picnic a week ago. He's looking for another big game, as it'll be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the Carolina Panthers. With that, let's get up to Charlotte. Standing by, our broadcaster.
Well, it is just the perfect time of year for a trip to the Carolinas, and that's where we find ourselves at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. Today, it's the penultimate week of the regular season, Week 16, and we've got a good one in store between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Carolina Panthers. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
As you and I both know, one reason teams script plays to start a game is so they can practice them ahead of time. I will guarantee you that fumble was not in the script.
You don't think they had fumble written next to play one there?
No, that was never in the script because they want to have good memories when they go into a ball game, not something that could have gone wrong.
Protein spill.
Following the fumble recovery, Herbert throwing middle, and it's complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 3 catches, 93 yards, and a score.
5th in the league in receiving yards, and that's a strong category. I mean, if you're in the top 5 in anything, I don't care whether it's football or tiddlywinks, you're having a nice season.
Here we go, here we go. 18 Gator. 80 weapon. Tighten up. Check that. 5.
They'll run on first down. Tomlinson, and he takes it down to the 10-yard line.
Come on, fellas.
It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's first and goal. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on first down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
Mike 51. I don't even know why this team showed up.
On first and 10, Herbert, and he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. Paris Campbell with touchdown number 8 on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
It's never fun for a defense to run on the field knowing that they're having to defend a short field. Just the idea of trying to limit an offense in that position, daunting for a defense.
And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Carolina getting set to take the field. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time?
No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
Okay, after those first 2 drives, I think there's a head coach who's going to be calling for CSI. They're going to want some forensics on this. What is going on with this ball club unable to hold on to the football and take care of it?
Yeah, 2 straight fumbles for them to start out.
Yeah, you would think that this team would come in ready to go. Sometimes just mentally not prepared, and it shows up in these types of plays.
It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives them a first and goal.
Hit it. 55. Right there. Look, 55. Get that quarterback. And check.
51, Matchbox Lights. Bam.
Throwing on first down. Herbert, that's complete. It's Collins. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. This is Tomlinson. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone, trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
Now, it'll definitely be a disappointment to come out of this starting position with just 3 points. They need to try to dial something up now, 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun. Herbert, and he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Josh Oliver, his 3rd touchdown now on the year as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. No surprise there, 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Carolina offense making their way out. We take a look at the playoff picture in the NFC. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use fortnight.
You're impressed, don't you?
I am impressed. That means 2 weeks if I'm not mistaken, correct?
That does.
But how about exactly what you're talking about? Going down the stretch, how much importance is placed on these games. Look, everyone talks about every game's important. When you get to this time of year, maybe that importance gets quadruple. And that's where we are right now to see who can make their last run, their last push to get into the playoffs.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Seemed like they picked an excellent time to blitz there and well executed.
It certainly was. And I remember what he told you before the game. He said, if my blockers just get me to the 2nd level, I can do some damage. Instead, on that play, he got leveled.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 47. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. So more problems here in this first quarter. Already 2 scores down, and here they give away the football.
And if I'm the head coach, I think it's time to start lighting a fire under some of these guys. Now, you have to do it within your personality. They can't perceive it as fake. But I'd go get after some guys because they don't look ready to play to me. They look flat, uninspired. It's time to get moving.
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 23, and his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Now a draw play. This is Jones. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Not a whole lot of room to maneuver there, and I think that's because everyone took care of their responsibilities, filled their gaps, held their place. No place for him to run.
That looked good. Everything got funneled to the nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They got to figure this out. They got to figure him out. 4 sacks last week. Now 1 in the first quarter. What do?
Well, great pass rushers usually have a go-to move, but the best pass rushers, they have counters to their go-to move. So they'll show you that. Then when you adjust, they counter it and still get to the quarterback. And you don't pile up that many sacks. What do you have, 4 in the game last week? Without having some go-to moves with counters.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Drop deep, drop 6-6, pull it high. Switch gears. Hey, check right. Watching your five. You don't want to.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Collins. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 13-0 is the score after 1 on EA Sports.
Check General West. 5. 2.
On first down, Herbert. Throw left side complete. That's Collins. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Slam. 22 jet bomber. Slam. Big rock it.
From the gun, Herbert. Going to throw right side here, complete. 17 yards on the play and a Buccaneer first down. This quarterback now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10.
Squeeze.
Tomlinson. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Recon, 132 final. Get wall.
They toss it to Tomlinson. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
But when you go from 2nd and 4 to 3rd and 3, that just tells you who won that battle on the last play, huh?
Yeah, first round went to the offense, second round the defense.
18 Gator. Here we go. Smooth. 51 to Mike. Here we go. Right here, guys. Spike 51. Mike 51.
From the gun on 3rd down. Herbert. He's got his tight end, Oliver. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, he does have 1 touchdown in the game already, and while this one won't go for 6, it's enough to get him 1st and goal. But you and I both know he's going to be a little upset he didn't cross the goal line for a 2nd time in this one.
Might want the ball here on the next play.
Go now. 70, Indy.
They'll run Tomlinson, and he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. A great effort there with touchdown number 12 on the year as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead.
Now that touchdown won't allow you to totally relax, but you can breathe a little easier now. Just increased their lead.
Lutz good on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's Aaron Jones in the offense trotting back out. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement. Down on the scoreboard, maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
I think they want to start getting back into this game. It behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. On second down, it's Jones. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. Right now in the second quarter on the defensive side, they got to feel pretty good about what they're doing.
They should embrace the feeling they have now, embrace the way that they're playing, and continue that through the half. I know defensive coordinators, sometimes they overthink it, start wondering how they're going to be attacked. Just keep doing what you're doing because it's working.
They're going to look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Here's the Panthers punter now as he'll punt it away for the second time. Fielded at the 20. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. Now, the good news, his team's winning. The bad news, he hasn't had the game that he's hoped to, at least to this point here in the second quarter.
And a lot of that is pride, because these types of backs want to be in the center of all the action and leading their team to victory. They'll take the win right now, hoping to jump his game up as this one moves on.
Yeah, he probably wants a little bit more of the spotlight going forward.
Pilot, 64, weak. Hey, Haywood. Get it.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. This one caught by his tight end, Oliver. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Check. Hey, lock it. Crunch. Watch it. Go out. Check safety. Deep grip.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Herbert. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked by Darryl Worley. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down. No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes.
And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Let's go. 60 Pittsburgh. Yo.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4. Right now, I'm just wondering where they turn on offense, Charles. I know we're not in the 4th quarter, but second quarter haven't scored and struggling to move the ball.
I don't think they abandoned the run game totally, but maybe you change up your tempos. Maybe you go a little bit faster, try and catch them back on their heels a little bit to try and accomplish what you want to get done.
A great return there of 22 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Around the NFL, second quarter in Chicago. And it's now the Bears leading by a couple of touchdowns in that one. I would definitely imagine we'll hear more from that game as we go along. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Hey, Delta.
Mike 51, Mike 51.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Check 26, check 26. Kill. Check. Fresno. Go on. Switch. Pick the edge. Come.
Throwing again. Herbert. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
On the ready. 80 weapons. Here I come. Undercrush. Hey, Alpha. 51 to Mike, boy. 51. Get your swerve on.
To throw on second down. Herbert looking for Campbell downfield. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Topper! He's crossing. He's checking crack. Check 4. Out. 5.
Operating from the gun. Herbert. And that will be incomplete.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. And this one is right down Broadway. And that will up the score now. It's 23-zip. That was perfect. From distance, he steps up, knocks it right down Main Street.
And Main Street's celebrating right now with him, aren't they? I love the mechanics of the whole thing. Snap, hold, everything was right on target, and the blocking was perfect, and he executed so well.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jalen Ferguson in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. So we've come, and just like that, on we head to half number 2. The Bucs with a lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. This one fielded at the 5. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. With the Bucs offense making their way back out on the field, let's take a look at the playoff picture, Charles, coming into the weekend in the NFC. And right now, a lot to like on that screen. They've wrapped up the division, now currently sitting in the coveted number 2 spot. Of course, you'd love number 1, but if you can't have one, number 2 is pretty good.
I agree with you totally, and here's the other part, too. The really good teams, the really confident teams, they're not as worried about being number 1. 2 is fine because they feel like they can go on the road and win against number 1 if they absolutely have to. The big thing, though, is clinching one of those early buys and able to sit and get a little rest as the playoffs begin.
Mike 51, Mike 51. Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go.
Looking to throw on second down. Herbert nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jadeveon Clowney, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go to the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
Hey, stand up. Hard, hard.
Throwing on third and long. Herbert. And he's going to go down again. Jadeveon Clowney in there to get him sack number 14 for him on the year.
To me, the defense was looking a little gassed near the end of the first half, but they've come out of the locker room with a little extra spring in their step. Wonder what they did at halftime to get them so motivated.
I don't know, but that sack looked good. Now let's see if they can build on the momentum of that play. And take it right on the 30. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
This is Jones. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Hate to say it, but that play typifies what we've seen from this offense all game long.
Yeah, don't you think maybe you flip over your play sheet as the offensive coordinator and see the side that says try something different?
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jalen Ferguson able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. Here's the Panthers punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Taking it about the 16. A terrific return. 30 yards all in all. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
Ready, break.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down.
And having built that kind of a lead, they're able to do whatever they want right now. All momentum on their side, especially now running the football.
Yeah, you're talking about a defense being on their toes. They don't know what's going to hit them next at this point.
No, they went from toes to heels, and they're trying to figure out how to get back to the toes part.
Give them a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
Watch safety. 6-6. Pull it high. Safety screaming. Check. 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 5.
Now a give right side. Dobbins. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for a first. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. They'll keep it on the ground. Dobbins, and he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
But forget knowing where the first down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front, and a lot of times that is one-on-one. And if you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
Squeeze.
Now it's Tomlinson. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up first and goal. It'll be first and goal when we come back. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Go! 8 read.
Defense, let's go. Check three. Check. Shift. Hey, watch it.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year as his guys continue to pour it on.
And Brad, I think we have to look back at the big call to go for it on 4th down.
Yeah, that set up everything in the end result, the short touchdown run. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think every coach would have gone for it back there.
You and I both know every coach would not have gone for it back there. So that's showing a little bit of faith, actually showing a lot of faith in his team, and it was rewarded.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now this offense ready to head back out there. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try to figure out what is working, and call more of that.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. 2nd and 10. Got it complete to Rodgers. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 22 yards there, a first down. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on 2nd down. 2nd down and inches. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. Jalen Ferguson able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
Well, they had the right down and the definite distance to take a shot downfield, but it didn't work out the way that they had envisioned.
No, that's a situation where if you take a sack close to the line of scrimmage, it's not that bad, but a loss like that, you can't take a sack there.
Yeah, absolutely. The one thing you cannot do, they did.
It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
Well, so far, this game has gone the way the defensive coordinator had hoped. They've dictated things. They've not let them run the ball very well at all. They gave up a nice game there. I doubt it'll back off their confidence. They've played so well throughout this entire game.
Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I both enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones, and it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it #1 for what we've seen this season.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Here's Tomlinson. He finds an opening past the 40. And finally taken down at the 30-yard line. And he is finally going to be brought down, but not before he gets it to the Panthers' 30. Big run here in the 4th as they continue to wear down this defense.
And that's when the offensive line coach clicks onto the headset and says, head coach, offense coordinator, let my guys fire out and hit people. We're wearing them down. Let's finish them off with the running game.
Pretty nice work defensively there on the first down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. 2 yards that time, a stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play.
70, Indy. opposite. Watch the pass. Go. Check 6 guard. Check 52. Watch twist. Watch the twist. Kill. Get it.
On second down, Dobbins trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. The Bucs on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. On the handoff, Tomlinson. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. A nice run leaves him just inches from a first. Could they possibly be tempted to try this on 4th and about a foot? This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
Check 50. Leo. Alert 3. Hey, Sam off. Bang. Dude.
They'll try and run for it. Oh, and I think he went backward. He did. The Bucs try it on 4th down but come up empty. And the Panthers will get the football back. So they were really trying to put the nail in the coffin there already with this lead here in the 4th, but they didn't get it.
Guaranteed, it's not going to be a fun handshake in the postgame, right? You just know that there's going to be some bad blood there. And I know if we go to the postgame press conferences, the winning coach, you know what he's going to say, why he did it? We need the points, okay? Because you never know at the end of the year if points are going to come into the tiebreaker if we're trying to get into the playoffs. That's always the standard justification.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. 2nd and 6. He sets up the screen to Jones. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. That'll be caught by Rodgers. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A good-looking drive so far for the Panthers and a first down here. Looking to throw. Throw complete there. Rodgers. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll set up to throw. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. 2 yards, good enough for a first. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter.
Ready? 50, plant. 51. It's our time. It's our time.
They'll set up a throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. They'll look to throw here. And the pressure gets to him again. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. He'll drop to throw. Rodgers brings it in. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
They'll drop the throw, and that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Buccaneers defense holds, and they get the football back. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. They run the counter. Dobbins. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
64. Hey, Orban. Check. Lucky. Shoot.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Quick hitter here. It's complete. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left.
It looks like, yes, it is 6 defensive backs on the field for Carolina.
They're going with a dime set.
Tighten up. Hard.
And he's got some space here. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. So time has run out on what will be a Tampa Bay victory. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball